Case file Z117, classification type Z spatial. Anomaly active, self-perpetuating, memory invasive. Designation, the fold at Dunbar Hill. This archive represents a complete investigation into a localized reality distortion discovered through routine anomaly mapping protocols. All personnel involved in this investigation have undergone post-exposure evaluation. Access level restricted. Cognitive hazard warnings apply. Begin archive playbacks. The Dunbar Hill anomaly was first identified on March 15, 2023 during a routine analysis of property tax discrepancies in Kentucky's Jefferson County. Research assistant Maria Santos, working on digitization of historical tax records, noted an irregularity. Property assessment for Dunbar Hill Drive dating back to 1847, but no corresponding records in the county's master property database. Initial assumption, clerical error or missing file. Santos requested physical records from the Jefferson County Courthouse. Clerk Timothy Walsh confirmed no Dunbar Hill Drive in county records. No such street had ever been registered. Yet, the tax assessment existed. Physical documents, paper stamps, aging consistent with their supposed data. Santos escalated to Supervisor Dr. Rebecca Martinez, head of Historical Records Division. Dr. Martinez ordered a field verification. On March 18, 2023, Santos and the Research Association David Kim dispatched a verified location. What they found defied explanation. I have here a documentation of the field report from March 18th, 14:30 hours. Research team Santos and Kim investigating alleged Dunbar Hill Drive location. Santos field recording states as followed. Santos, we're using GPS coordinates derived from tax documents. Should be here, but there's nothing, just forest. Kim, wait, Maria, look. Through the trees. Is that a mailbox? Santos, how did we miss that? There's a road, a paved road. Field team reported discovering a residential street with 10 to 12 houses, established neighborhood with matured landscaping, occupied by long-term residents. When questioned, residents claimed the neighborhood had existed for generations. Multiple families described multiple generational ties to specific properties. Kim, while interviewing a resident, asked, "How long has your family lived here?" The resident responded with, "Oh, my grandmother bought this house back in 1923. It's been in the family ever since." Kim, and the neighbors? Has it changed much? Resident, not really. Always been quiet. Safe place to raise kids. Field team documented addresses, photographed properties, conducted interviews with 14 residents across 6 households. Return journey. Team reported difficulty locating the access road. GPS coordinates led to an empty forest. Only after 47 minutes of searching did the road appear. On March 19th, the field team submitted initial reports with photographic evidence, interviews, recordings, and property documentation. Technical review identified immediate inconsistencies. Digital photographs showed cleared residential structures, but metadata indicated images were captured in a forest area with no man-made structures visible. Audio recordings of resident interviews contained voices and responses, but background audio analysis revealed only forest ambience. Wind through trees, bird calls, no urban noises. Property documentations collected on the site matched county's tax records perfectly. Honestly, too perfectly. Paper aging, ink composition, even file wearing patterns were identical, as if the documents had been photocopied from themselves. Dr. Martinez ordered expanded investigation. Team was dispatched, including Agent Sarah Chen, geographical anomaly specialist, and Agent Michael Torres, temporal displacement expert. On March 22nd, the secondary investigation commenced. Agent Chen submitted audio record logs on March 22nd at 16:45 hours. Chen, beginning approach to Dunbar Hill location. GPS is problematic. Coordinates keep shifting, not equipment malfunction. The location appears to be moving. Torres, Sarah, are you seeing this? The road just appeared. It wasn't there 30 seconds ago. Chen, confirmed. Road manifestation observed. Beginning documentation. Agent Chen's official report documents several spatial inconsistencies. House count varies depending on viewing angle. From eastern approach, 11 houses visible. From western approach, 9 houses visible. From southern approach, 13 houses visible. Street signs were clearly visible, but photographs consistently failed to capture readable text. Digital cameras recorded clear signage, but images shows distorted, illegible text upon review. Residents provide conflicting information about neighboring layouts. While remaining internally consistent about their own property descriptions, Chen interviewed, can you tell me how many houses are on the street? Resident, 10 houses, always been 10. Chen, I count 11 from where I'm standing. Oh yes, 11, that's right, always been 11. Most significantly, children consistently describe the man on the rooftops. Independent drawings from 4 different children show identical figures, tall, indistinct features, positioned at rooftop peak. When asked about the figure, parents claim no knowledge. However, when shown children's drawing, parents exhibit recognition responses. Oh yeah, I remember drawing him when I was little. Agent Torres focused on temporal anomalies within the neighborhood. Torres on a dialogue as follow. Chronometer readers are inconsistent. Standard timepiece shows normal progression, but atomic clock synchronization fails. We're experiencing temporal drifts. Torres documented a 4-hour site visit that registered as 6 hours and 17 minutes on external monitoring equipment. Most disturbing finding was Torres discovered his own signature in a guest book of one of the houses, dated 15 years prior. Handwriting analysis confirmed authenticity. Torres claims he had never been there before, that it was his first visit to Kentucky, but that was definitely his signature, and he remembered signing it. A medical evaluation upon departure, Agent Torres exhibited acute nominal aphasia lasting 11 hours, 13 minutes, complete inability to vocalize proper nouns, including his own. When asked to state his name, Torres responded, I'm the person who is investigating the place that shouldn't exist. Agent Chen experienced similar but shorter duration effects, 3 hours, 41 minutes of normal aphasia. Following Agent's report, Dr. Martinez ordered comprehensive historical analysis. Archivist Jonathan Hayes tasked with tracing earliest documentation of Dunmere Hill. Hayes discovered a timeline. March 25th, found property deeds to 1847 in Kentucky State Archives. March 26, found corresponding census records in 1815, 1860, and 1870. On March 27th, found newspaper articles referring to Dunmere Hill from 1923, 1934, and 1956. On March 28th, found incorporation documents, utility records, school district boundaries, including Dunmere Hill, dating to 1889. Critical finding, all documents were aged appropriately, filed correctly, and cross-referenced properly when existing archives. But Hayes noted a concerning pattern. Documents appeared to be generating retroactively. Files that didn't exist on Monday were present and properly archived by Tuesday, bearing timestamps and predated their discovery. Hayes witnessed this procedure directly. I'm looking at a file cabinet I searched yesterday. There's a folder here labeled Dunmere Hill, Planning Commission, 1967 through 1972. This folder was not here yesterday. I documented the entire cabinet contents, but folder showing filing date of 1972, and the papers inside show inappropriate aging. The neighborhood has created its own history, retroactively and continuously. Dr. Elena Rodriguez, department psychologist, analyzed reports' effect on investigation personnel. Common symptoms among exposed personnel: acute nominal aphasia, duration varies, false memory implantation regarding neighborhood familiarity, recognition response to previous unknown stimuli, persistent sense of having been there before, Most concerning, exposed personnel consistently reported childhood memories of the man on the rooftop despite having no prior knowledge of Donmar Hill. Dr. Rodriguez hypothesized the anomaly implants false familiarity as a defense mechanism. Subject becomes convinced that they've always known about the location, likelihood of reporting or investigating. Pattern analysis revealed accelerated effect intensity. First exposure, mild familiarity sense. Second exposure, clear false memories. Third exposure, complete integration. Subject becomes convinced of lifelong connection to neighborhood. Warning, no personnel have been authorized for third exposure. Current classification, active type Z, spatial anomaly, self-perpetuating, memory invasive, reality altering. Containment attempts. Physical barriers ineffective. Fencing around the forest perimeter, neighborhoods across roads appear regardless of barrier placement. Information suppression, partially effective. Can prevent widespread knowledge but cannot eliminate local awareness. Residents continue to exist and interact with surrounding communities. GPS jamming is ineffective. Location coordinates shift automatically to maintain accessibility. A most disturbing development that the neighborhood appears to be expanding. Recent reports indicate similar anomalies appearing in adjacent counties, small residential areas with no documentation prior to recent years, but complete historical archives suggesting centuries of existence. Staff members who have investigated Donmar Hill report persistent dreams about other neighborhoods, places they've never been but somehow remember. I must note that while documenting this case, I have experienced similar effects. One of the reasons we have not been using any direct data is to avoid as minimal contact as possible. Yet, I still have memories of the man on the roof. Final assessment. The fold at Donmar Hill represents a localized reality distortion that actively rewrites history to ensure its own existence. It implants false memories in observers to maintain operational security. The neighborhood exists because people remember it existing. The more people who remember it, the more real it becomes. The more real it becomes, the more people remember it. It's a closed loop of artificial existence feeding on human memories and consistent realities. Personal note, I have been working on this archive for 3 weeks now. Each day I remember more about the details of Donmar Hill. Not from the case files, but from my own experience. I remember walking down the street as a 10-year-old. I remember the smell of honeysuckles and the sound of a door screen. I remember waving to the man on the rooftop at sunset. But I've never been there. If you access this archive, you'll begin to remember it too. You'll remember having known about it. You'll remember the children's drawings because you drew them yourself. Someday, you'll remember being there. Case file Z117 complete. I think I'll visit Donmar Hill sometime soon.